Since you're a songwriter who cares enough about your craft to want to learn more about it, I'm going to show you how to maximize the meaning of your lyrics depending on where you put the words in your melody. So let's get right to it. In everyday speech, we emphasize certain words to make what we're saying mean different things. We do this by making the words we want to stand out higher in pitch, longer, and sometimes louder than the other words in our phrase. So as an example, let's examine the phrase, "I like you." Depending on how you say it, this phrase can mean different things. First, let's emphasize the word I. If we say, "I like you," it means I'm the one who likes you. Not him, not her, not my dog, but me. I like you. A second interpretation of the phrase happens when we emphasize the word like. If I say, "I like you," it means I have a genuine affection for you. I really like you. You're not just some Joe Schmo on the street. I actually have some reason to want you on this planet. Finally, a third interpretation of this phrase happens when we emphasize the word you. If I say, "I like you," it means you are the one I like. Not him, not her, but you. While we naturally alter the way we say these words when we speak to reflect our meaning, many times songwriters forget to do this when writing words to a melody. You see, singing a melody is an exaggerated form of speech. And a lot of times songwriters will write a lyric that fits into their melody and call it a day. They're not thinking about what their lyrics are saying because of the words being emphasized. Whereas in everyday spoken word, it's the pitch, the length, and the volume that determines which words get emphasized, in music, it's the position of the words in the measure that give it its power. Pitch, length, and volume are still contributors, but it's the position in the music that highlights or hides a given word in a phrase. For example, in 4/4 time, the first beat of the measure is typically the strongest, while the third beat of the measure is the second strongest. So if we really want a word in a phrase to be highlighted, it would be in our best interest to place that word on the first beat of the measure. So now let's try setting our phrase, "I like you," to music and see what happens. First, I'm going to emphasize the word "I" by placing that on the first beat of the measure, and we'll see what happens with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like you. I like you. So you can see the same way that in the spoken word phrase, "I like you," when we emphasize the word "I" by raising the pitch, volume, and length, now by putting that word on the first beat of the measure in music, it takes on the same meaning. It means I'm the one who likes you, not him, not her, not someone else. So now let's see what happens when we take the word "like" and emphasize that in music by placing the word "like" on the first beat of the measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like you. I like you. So now you see the phrase takes on the meaning, I like you. The word "like" is emphasized, meaning I have genuine feelings for you. Same thing that happened in spoken word when we raised the pitch, the length, and the volume. So now just by placing that word on the first beat of the measure, which is the strongest beat of the measure, it's giving it the most power and changing the meaning of the phrase. So now let's take a look at our last example, and let's use the phrase "I like you" and emphasize the word "you" and see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like you. I like you. So now you see by having the word "you" come in on the first beat, it means I like you. So as you can see, even when it's to music, the words that I highlighted give the phrases different meanings. It's important to realize that in song, the way we emphasize words is different than in speech because placement of our words is the dominating factor in what gets emphasized. So in summary, in speech, we highlight our words to give different meaning to our phrases by using pitch, length, and sometimes volume on particular words. But in song, the main element that highlights your words is the position of your words within the measure. Strong words or syllables should be on strong beats, and weaker, less important words and syllables should be on weaker beats to properly convey what you're trying to say. Sound out what you want to say and listen to where your accents fall when you speak your lyrics. Then make sure the same words are being accented in your song. If songs are written this way, the meaning of the lyrics will cut through to you without you having to wonder what the writer meant. It's a subtle thing, but it makes a huge difference in your writing. Listen to your favorite song and see if the lyrics are placed well, but make sure you're not reading along. You want to hear the lyrics standing out on their own, since that's how we listen to music. So experiment with this concept in your own songs and see what kind of results you get. I think you and your listeners will be pleasantly surprised. Take care and thanks again.